remember the "Do you have a boyfriend?" question that my Japanese friends asked a couple of times? That question was like a Pokemon. According to Bulbapedia, Pokemon evolve through specific means such as being traded, achieving a certain amount of friendship, or leveling at certain times, among other. And in this case, the question evolved after a certain amount of friendship and leveling at certain times. The question changed from time to time, but if it's on a scale, it went from 10 to 1. I think they kinda gave up at the end, so the question became, who's the coolest person in our class? If you think there was no language barrier between me and my friends, you're wrong. But somehow they always managed to ask me those questions. I knew that they didn't mean anything, or they did, I don't know. But either way, I was fine with it because somehow it made us closer, and the reactions were kind of funny too. Anyway, one time, one of my closest friends, Buff Guy, asked me the questions. He said, "So, who's the coolest person in our class?" He looked very serious, and I, with the same level of seriousness, said, "I think everyone's cool. They have their own charm." I wasn't lying. I really think that everyone's cool. After spending millions of days at school, a thought suddenly crossed my mind. Oh, he's cool. Is this what they were asking? So that was how this person became the cool guy. Not as simple as it sounds, but yeah, it happened. Actually, this cool guy and I had met since my first day at school, but I didn't think of anything at that time. The first conversation that we had was because of Buff Guy. When Buff Guy was hanging out at Cool Guy's table, which was very close to mine, Buff Guy said, "He's a handsome boy." And I don't know what happened, but I said, "He is." Without any expression. Buff Guy looked proud, and of course someone else was flustered. I mean, I was just being honest. It was a genuine answer, didn't mean anything else. Then we continued our conversation like usual. Buff Guy suddenly showed me Cool Guy's backpack and said, "Do you know what's inside?" Weird stuff. So Cool Guy got it starting to sound pretty weird to call him that through the whole video, but we don't have another name. To be honest, he has a really good name. It's like anime material name. Okay, so anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. So yeah, because we were in the same class, of course we would see each other for almost every day. And because his table was close to mine, okay, I'll just say it. He sat right behind me. I know, right? What a coincidence. It means that I'll have to face him for almost every day. But it's a great chance to form a friendship, right? Right? So one morning when I just arrived and wanted to sit down, he suddenly whispered, "Ohayo." And I don't know what happened, but I whispered back like, "Ohayo." Then the next morning, he did it again, and the next morning, and some other morning I said it first, but one thing that never changed was the way we were whispering from like 1 meter away. Another thing that didn't change was also how he always working on a journal every morning. After a couple of days, I got curious on what he was doing, so I asked Buff Guy, "What is he working on?" Then Buff Guy asked him like, "Oi, what are you doing?" "Club's journal." Boy really never missed a day writing on his journal. I think that was kind of like a routine for him, so every morning when I wanted to sit down, I tried to pull my chair slowly so it won't bang onto his table when he's writing. "You're very diligent." "Sorry?" "Diligent." I typed it on Google Translate, then he just laughed. Another thing that I noticed is how organized his table was. I was looking at one of his books and he said in the most textbook Japanese sentence ever, "Do you want to have a look?" And gave me the book. It was an English dictionary that I couldn't read, but he highlighted a lot of words there. One morning before the class started, I was reading something. He suddenly tapped my table and showed me his phone. I was like, oh wait, he unlocked it and he got a translation ready that says, "Your paper got mixed up with mine, sorry," and showed me the paper. If he didn't say anything, I'll probably looking at the paper thinking, what is this long essay with weird looking handwriting? Because I actually stared at the paper for a couple of seconds, even though he said that it's mine. Then I said thank you and he went back to his seat. Actually, before he walked to my table, I noticed him trying to get a good timing before standing up. But from my point of view, it was kind of like, is he okay? If it was his paper that got mixed up with mine, I'll probably do the same thing. Plus being confused as well because I cannot read some of my friends' name in kanji. How to read this? Who is this? Wait, this kanji shape, is it him?